Today, I want to consider the questions why and what am I? All that you see around you is God. There is nothing other than God. At the ultimate level, you are God, since there is nothing else but God. But this is the answer to the question, what am I, not the why. You exist because a fundamental activity of God is to experience Himself. God throws His being outwards and creates an infinite number of virtual perspectives. These perspectives are all of God and indeed are God, but they are limited expressions of Him. All expressions of God are suffused with His attributes, and the attributes that are most pertinent here are those of being, awareness, and freedom. God is being, and being is aware, and being is free. Since God is freedom itself, God is continually expressing His freedom by choosing. Why choose? Because that is what freedom does. But what is there to choose, since there is only God? God gets to choose the only thing He can choose. He gets to choose how He experiences Himself. I will now use words that are derived from spatial, three-dimensional conceptual thinking, and as such they are not truth. They can't possibly be truth, since three-dimensional thinking is limited, and so can only point to truth. But this is all I have, so I will use this tool knowing its limitations. God experiences Himself by creating out of His own substance of being, awareness, and freedom, a virtual perspective. A perspective naturally must stand apart from what is being perceived, otherwise it would not be a perspective. There is a distance quality, a spatial quality to the concept of perspective. But since all that exists is God and solely God, there can be no true perspective. Nothing can truly stand apart from God, but God can create a virtual perspective, an illusory perspective. And that illusion of perspective is necessarily clothed with the attributes of God, since God is all there is. And that illusory perspective is you. Why are you? You exist, because God creates virtual perspectives out of His own being, so that He may experience Himself. You are God experiencing Himself through the limited perspective of an illusory you. But because you are created out of God's own substance, your fundamental nature is His nature, and that is what you are.